1803. Jefferson as president begins to alter some of the concepts of Jefferson the political philosopher. In the course of trying to solve real problems, in the daily routine of executing his duties, he adopts measures and diplomatic moves worthy of a Federalist. In particular, he seeks to buy one town from France, because that town is a port essential to American traders, and he finds himself committed to purchasing an empire. This offends his strict constructionist views of the Constitution, but when the Democratic-Republican Senate confirms the treaty, he signs it. Meanwhile, he has already made plans to have the region explored, a party of experts to be led by the president's friend and secretary, Meriwether Lewis, and at Lewis' insistence by a brother of George Rogers Clark, is already gathered near St. Louis, ready for an expedition into the wilderness. January 12. President Jefferson appoints James Monroe minister plenipotentiary to assist Livingston in negotiations for rights of deposit at New Orleans or for the purchase of the city. February 24. The U.S. Supreme Court, in the case of Marbury v. Madison, decides that the plaintiff, William Marbury, may not avail himself of an act of Congress against Secretary of State James Madison in order to receive an appointment as Justice of the Peace. The appointment was signed by President Adams just before his term ended, but was not delivered to Marbury. Madison refused to make the delivery. An act of Congress directed the Supreme Court to enjoin a member of the executive branch to carry out his official duties, in this case delivery of the appointment. The court rules against Marbury on the grounds that Congress has no constitutional authority to prescribe this injunction. The decision is important, not because it voids an act of Congress for the first time, but because it affirms for the first time that it is the court, not the legislature, that must rule on constitutional issues affecting any branch of the government. March 1. Ohio is admitted to the Union as the 17th state. The state is bounded on the west by Indiana Territory, along a north-south line about 18 miles east of the previous border, and on the north by an east-west line at the latitude of the tip of Lake Michigan. The land north of this line, now Michigan, also goes to Indiana Territory. However, through oversight, Congress fails to pass a bill